What's up guys, Yusuf here from TechDroids and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. And in today's video, I tell you guys about a beautiful, minimalistic yet powerful PC build for about 1 lakh rupees. And while selecting the parts for this build, I had two goals in mind. I obviously wanted this to be powerful and all and to be able to handle the games and all the softwares out there, but I also wanted it to look the best. It has to have the best aesthetics and the looks out there, aesthetics of the next level. And in terms of the users for this build, I obviously had the gamers in mind, but I also want the video editors and the creative professionals out there to have something that looks good as well as performs well and can get their work done. And I also want this PC to inspire people and motivate thoughts. Let's say you have this PC on your desk, you'd want to come to work every day because you want to, not because you have to. And this can inspire thoughts, it can motivate you to become more creative, get more ideas, and just the whole deal. This is the best looking PC out there for 1 lakh rupees. You cannot beat that, and yet it has the power to handle all your AAA titles as well as your professional workloads. So with that intro out of the way, a huge thanks to Nzxt, ASRock and WD Black for providing the parts for this build. And with that being said, let's get started. Alright, so quickly going over the parts for this build. For the CPU, we have the AMD Ryzen 5 3600X. It's a 6-core 12-thread processor, so really good for multi-threaded workloads. And it's got a clock speed of 3.8 on the base, and you can go up to 4.4 on max boost. And it's just a really nice processor for its price, and it can handle AAA titles as well as live streaming. And if you are into video editing and photo editing and things like that, this processor has you covered. It's really good for multi-threaded workloads, as I said, and it can also handle pretty decent gaming at high refresh rates. So that's the CPU for this build. And to house that Ryzen 5 3600X, we have this beautiful, really nice looking yet functional motherboard from ASRock. This is their B450M Steel Legend. And for its price, this motherboard has all the essential features, but also some bonus things like that camouflage design that gives you that military look, as well as really nice looking heat sinks and some LED lighting as well. So this motherboard has RGB, and yes, it's got all the essential features, as I said. So you've got an M.2 slot, you also have 4 RAM slots, so you can upgrade up to your heart's content, and you can overclock on this build, no worries at all. And in my opinion, it goes really well with the overall aesthetic with the H510 Elite and the Nzxt cooler. Just the design of this motherboard, it looks really good in my opinion, and gives this PC a good personality, a good look, and just does the job overall. It's a really nice motherboard for its price. And while we are on the motherboard, I just want to get it out there, ASRock does not get enough credit for their work and for their... And in my opinion, they make pretty good stuff. I've been using ASRock in all of my builds, and I have a Z270 board from them. I've used the B450 Steel Legend a lot of times. Their motherboards are pretty good, pretty stable. The BIOS is good, they're good for overclocking, as well as the VRMs are of pretty good quality as well. So the next time you're looking for a motherboard for your build, you should definitely consider ASRock. And moving on to the RAM, it was a no-brainer. We have the 16GB kit from G.Skill Trident Z. This is their RGB version, and it's 3200 MHz in terms of the speed, and it's two 8GB sticks, again totaling up to 16GB. You have 4 slots in the motherboard, so let's say in the future you want more RAM, you can go up to 32GB by adding 2 more of these. But for just gaming and doing video editing and normal stuff, 16GB should be enough. But let's say you require more, you can upgrade to your heart's content. And remember when I said in the start that this build is not only for the gamers but also for the video editors and the creative professionals out there, which requires fast storage, and that's going to be provided by this WD Black SN750. This is their NVMe M.2 SSD. It's 500GB in terms of storage. You can get it in either 256 or also a 1TB version is also available, and this is super fast. It goes up to 3400 megabytes per second in terms of the speeds, and that's really quick for importing footage and rendering and stuff like that. Overall, your system is going to feel really fast. You can open up big files, big programs really quickly, as well as if you do a lot of import and export with big video footages or just big projects which have a lot of data in them, this is going to be a really good addition to your build. To its credit, it also has that heatsink, which not only gives it a really good look and adds to the personality of this build, but also keeps the temperature under control. Overall, a huge thanks to WD for providing this SSD for this build. And if you watch the intro carefully, you would have noticed this cooler as well. And this is going to be the Nzxt Kraken X63. This is from their latest X3 series of coolers. So this is the 280mm edition. There's also the X53 and X73. Overall, it's a really good cooler in my opinion. It's got all the things that we love from Nzxt coolers in the past. It's got the infinity meter RGB lighting, which is bigger, better, and even brighter this time. You've also got RGB controller built into the pump. So let's say you want to add more RGB accessories to the build, you don't have to buy a controller. You can just hook it up to the RGB cable that comes out of this cooler, and you can connect it and also control it via Nzxt cam. Talking about cam, you can not only monitor the temperature details as well as the fan speeds, but also customize the lighting on this cooler. So again, for cooling, we have the Nzxt Kraken X63. And to power this whole build up, we have the Nzxt C750. This is from their C series of power supplies, which happens to be more affordable. Again, this is a new product from them, and this is going to be a 750 watt power supply. It is 80 plus gold, as well as it's fully modular. It also has a 0 RPM mode, so just by flicking a button towards the back, it goes completely silent. And you also have a 10-year warranty, so let's say something goes wrong in the future, Nzxt has you covered. And finally, for the graphics card and the heart of this build, we have NVIDIA's GeForce RTX 2060 Super. This is their Founders Edition. And again, 2060 Super, in my opinion, is a really good entry point into RTX as well as higher end graphics cards. It can handle AAA titles, it can handle live streaming, video editing, and professional workloads, as well as can get you, trailer into how RTX feels and how ray tracing feels. And with all the software updates and optimizations, I think the 2060 Super is a pretty good, solid value for money card for this price, and it should get the job done. But let's say in the future you want to upgrade to something better, you can go up to a 2070 Super, or if you want to upgrade to the 3000 series, you can go to the 3060 or the 3060S, which is going to come out hopefully in the future. But for now, 2060 Super will get the job done. Finally, to wrap this whole build up, we have my favorite case of all time, the Nzxt H510 Elite. It always puts a smile on my face when I talk about this case. It's just really good. The design, the functionality, the compact nature, it's really nice. It's silent. It has a lot of cable management features. It's got the space for liquid cooling, beefiest of parts. It's got the vertical mount. And overall, I just love this case, and the 510 Elite is always going to be up there for me when it comes to my best cases. Yes, that kind of wraps up the whole build and this video, guys. I don't want to bore you guys with benchmark numbers and stuff like that. You guys know how a 3600X and a 2060 Super is going to perform. You should be able to do 1080p gaming, no problem, in the modern AAA titles. Also, you can play the really nice esports titles like CSGO, Valorant, PUBG, Fortnite at high refresh rate, no problem, even if you have like a 144 or 165 Hz monitor. But also, you can edit your videos in 4K, use Photoshop, do photo editing, and also some professional workload on this, no problem. Live streaming is possible on this build with that CPU and GPU combo. But yeah, overall performance is going to be great. If you want to buy any of the parts that I talked about in this video, the links are going to be down below. Again, huge thanks to Nzxt, Azerock, and WD for the parts in this build. And a huge thanks to you guys for watching this one. And let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of the build? What do you think about the video and the parts? Would you do anything differently? What do you think about the look of this PC? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll be there replying to you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it and if it was helpful. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. I know I don't upload that frequently, but I'm gonna be back soon with some really good content for you guys. And that's been it. My name has been Yusuf. You guys have been awesome. Stay awesome, keep smiling, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
And we've been working hard, so if you hating hard, it's a loss, you can fall back. Yeah, I swear I remember some. The top is where I'm going when I'm there, I'm wanting all that. Yeah, and I